Hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to this stream of Hearts of Iron 4, where we are playing Kaiserreich as the Union of Britain. We've got a couple of tank units down here fighting in Spain, currently beating up the Kingdom of Spain, pushing the front towards Seville, with Madrid already having fallen. And actually Madrid fell to regular CNTF AI, I had nothing to do with that. Burgos had fallen for a while, but it looks like the Carlists are pushing back again. They are being quite heavily supported. We have Canadians, we have Austrians, we have two Sicilies, plus of course the Spanish. Meanwhile, on the Kingdom of Spain side, we have Germany, Asia. Oh no, that's probably just Germany actually. Just Germany. That's interesting. Austria is supporting Carlists, not the Kingdom. Huh, okay. We have apparently got a factory available, which we should put into production of something, probably light tanks. Although no, we just increased the number of light tanks we're producing. Hence there is a efficiency issue going on. Let's just make some more guns. Can't really have too few of those, especially as we are sending half of them to the CNTF AI at the moment. Then we also have a fight going on over here against Argentina, which the Patagonians I thought were winning, but now I'm noticing that that's a cutoff. But we're actually on the absolute outskirts of Buenos Aires. We should probably say, hey, you should probably think about attacking that. I'm just gonna say. Likewise with you. Well, I'm actually going to extend your line and just say, go and take up to this. Once Buenos Aires has fallen. Chilean volunteers, that's you guys. Then we also have the Indo-Chinese volunteers, who are over here basically just getting this guy a ton of experience. But the big ones are Hobart and Hart down here, which are helping us on the Spanish front. And you should be going for Malaga. It's empty. The fall of Buenos Aires. Nicknamed the Paris of South America, Buenos Aires is a leading destination for immigrants from Europe, the regional capital of arts and finance. The main avenues of the city were recently built, and along the construction of South America's tallest buildings and first underground system. However, a decisive campaign from the Chilean army led an all-out battle in the city's streets. Heavy fighting took place on the Avenida de Mayo and the Avenida de Julio as the Argentinian defenders made desperate last stands in the major buildings of the city. So it was actually Chile that got the kudos for the conquest. Interesting. Now Mendoza is the capital, though Mendoza is kind of surrounded, although it is actually German troops there. We are making something out of date. We are building... Oh yeah, it's all of these ships, they're just being refitted. That's fine. Still 37. We have another 2 years before war is due to break out. And that also explains why I'm got so few shipyards working on this stuff. I'm actually going to bring you down to just one, now that we have a pretty decent surplus. Okay, marvellous. They are not giving this tank time to move to Malaga. There we go. And you guys are not attacking because you currently have no orders. Go for Seville. Decisions available. Support the CSA. That is something I would like to do. Because at the moment we have nothing in the CSA. We kind of abandoned the CSA front so that we could focus on the Spanish front. Once the Spanish Civil War is over, we're going to send these guys to the CSA. And there we go. Kingdom of Spain have been annexed. Unfortunately, a lot of this land actually went to the Carlists, but we're going to try and swoop in if we can and grab as much of this land as we are able to before they arrive. What's going on? Take that. Go. Meanwhile, Argentina. Russia declared war on Khiva, Russia declared war on Bukhara, Russia declared war on Turkestan, and Alish Order. Crikey, that's a few. Meanwhile, we have completed United Britain. Then I think we can go for the Grand Protector. At some point, we'll also need to do Army and Navy upgrades. While it is unconstitutional, unifying the offices of the Grand Secretary and the Chairman of the Trade Union Congress and the new office of Grand Protector of the Great Union of Britain will give us much more power to push through our reforms. Wait, the Carlists got Madrid? Oh, they're going that way. That's the wrong way. Oh, they do. Huh. Austria-Hungary federalizes. For the past few decades, the Austro-Hungarian Empire has decentralized authority from Vienna and Budapest, most predominantly in the creation of Illyria in 1927. Now, the process has taken another great leap forwards with the creation of the Danubian Federation. The monarchy has restructured its internal structures to be more representative, while institutionally bringing its lands closer together. And I'm actually going to have you go here. We're going to try and push north out of the river. Field hospitals, excellent. Collins holds on. Michael Collins' tenure as President of Ireland continues with yet another roaring success in the general elections. Collins has led the country since its independence in 1921, credited with a major role in gaining Ireland's freedom from Britain, and with recovering Northern Ireland during the British Revolution. Accusations of vote rigging and voter suppression were rife in the latest election, but his outstanding public support was all that was needed in defeating the combined Democratic opposition. Now secure in office for his fourth term, only Collins knows what's next in store for the Irish people. Well, what is next in store for the Irish people is probably a little bit of British influence happening in the not-too-distant future. Yes, I think we should probably get radio. Actually, I'll go and grab those. You continue pushing north. I don't mind doing this without planning preparation at the moment, because that is something that we will get later on. As we rush to secure as much of this territory as we possibly can. That is another doctrine. We'll continue working on those. We're still in southern Iberia, that's fine, although we can almost certainly get a closer airbase. In fact, do I still have aeroplanes over in America? I don't. Well, alright then. We do, however, have another 3 factories because we are industrializing rapidly. And I think what I would like to do is get another of you and another of you. And we are researching the 36 fighters, and then I can start churning those guys out with the new factories that we're getting. I want to force this river crossing if I can. There we go. Right, let's cancel your current orders. So you're responsible for this. And then I want you to push north to here so we can get a nice pocket going on. And once you arrive, I'll let you do some planning prep. Hobart can actually get Fortress Buster, which on tanks would actually be super helpful. You know what? Yeah, alright. Go grab that. Even though this will be wasting a little bit of the staff office plan, but we now have siege artillery, which allows us to do more damage against forts. Wait, is that just a generic plus 20% attack? Interesting. Assyria declares its independence in response to Ottoman decision to abolish the Assyrian levies after a retaliatory attack by the forces of Mudan, the last vestiges of Assyrian autonomous zone in Basra under direct threat. Patriarch of the Assyrian Church of the East and the de facto ruler of the Assyrian state Shimon, the 21st Eshai has declared the independence of Assyria. Good luck with that. Mr. Anderson has fallen ill. Aren't you replacing someone else? Yeah, Browning can come back in. That's fine. Is it only against forts? It doesn't say that. Fort damage from combat plus 200%. Fort combat damage chance plus 200%. Attack plus 20%. It says nothing about forts. Hobart did not believe in the go-around the fortified line doctrine that Germany implemented. Hobart believed in the just go straight through it. It says fort just above it. Ah, yes, okay. Then it is just fort attack. So not as good, because it doesn't come with a city attack buff. Although, oh no, that's fort as well. Okay, this was probably a mistake. Although, what else are we likely to need? Trickster and Improv Expert for sure. Which would basically require you to get to level 6, but you're a long way from Trickster. And Adaptable. Urban Assault's the only... Yeah, okay. I'm actually going to back that out, because I don't think this is worthwhile. Uh-oh. We've really taken Fortress Buster here. Bugger! 19th of December then. Bonus attack across rivers is just so good. Yeah, I mean that one's good, but you get that with just Engineer. Lester Holster, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. And Arthur, thank you very much for the 9-month resubscription. Very much appreciate the ongoing support. Thank you for that. Like the castle of... Ah! Exactly. And McAppy Face wants me to drink some tea. I think I can do that now. Pushing them back, sir. Okay, here we have not taken it. So I'm going to click that away so I don't get tempted again. Pushing them back, sir. And you can now get Panzer Expert. Although, actually, these two might be good for you. I'd love for you to get Organizer, but that's going to be a longer time away. Do it. Okay. Okay, you two now just need to really quickly get your planning prep done, which honestly is going to be very, very fast. Unless, of course, you get attacked, in which case it'll be somewhat slower. More military factories. We put this into... support equipment. Speaking of support equipment, we now can add other stuff. Support artillery, engineers, field hospitals to these guys. All of which we can afford. And then to the infantry, I'd like to add field hospitals. Possibly cavalry recon. So yes, we need a lot more support equipment after this. Cool. Is it generally a good idea to pick up one specialised general trait for a field marshal, even though they only get a portion of the bonus? Yeah, that's why I kind of hesitated, because I'm not sure. I'm just not sure what I would get, which is better, because the one field marshal trait you absolutely want is logistics wizard. There is a big argument actually to be made for this guy to have organisation first or charismatic, because reinforce rate is how quickly your units will arrive into a battle, and division recovery is how quickly they gain organisation again when they're not attacking, which for tank divisions is really important. Anderson fell ill anyway, even though we basically re-rolled that. Right, Browning, get back in. Meanwhile, Hobart, are you ready? Yes. How are you guys doing? You guys are smashing it. Although I am really tempted to send you over to Mendoza. And you know what? I think I will.
Ready, sir.
Although this does leave me a little bit concerned about Buenos Aires not being guarded.
Fall in. Yes, sir.
You take the train.
Move out.
Right, you guys ready? You don't need another pip. Fine. Alright, it is nearly time for you to start your engines. I'm just going to say go for it. Time to launch these counterattacks. Let's see if we can shove across this river as quickly as possible. I'd like you to be attacking as well. Come on, dude. Your job is not to entrench, it's to attack. So attack. There you go. And immediately punching across the river. That's what I like to see. Wunderbar! Okay, new research is available. It is 38, which means research time. And we have another factory. How are we doing for equipment? Support equipment is super short. Support equipment is always an expensive one. For 40 width, assault division recovery rate is important. For 20 width, reinforcement speed is important. Actually getting some organizer skill, which is good. Enid Blyton, The Smuggler's Island. The Writers' Union Publishing House has today released a new book by the famous English author and congregationalist Enid Blyton. Secret of a Lonely Island, about the thrilling and romantic adventures of the siblings Julian, Dick and Anne, and their cousin Georgina and their dog Timmy. While on holiday at their Union youth group in the Hebrides, the children stumble on mysterious events, including a lonely island, strange ships and mysterious lights in the night. But with wits and courage, the five friends are able to overcome any menace. Speaking of islands... Hey, Ireland, how's the spying going? Spying seems to be going pretty good, so how about one of you at least begin boosting ideology? Yep, a suitable state to start mission. Apparently I can't boost ideologies in Ireland. Huh, well that was a waste of time. Well, better start spying on Spain. And you may as well start spying on AUS. I would be bringing the revolution to Ireland, except apparently I can't. Which honestly I think is just rude. Hey, Valiant. Disabled in Kaiserreich. Yeah, I kind of wondered if it might be. because that could really screw up focus trees.
Come on, move out. Orders.
Those has fallen. Good. Except they're on the outskirts of Buenos Aires again, so how about you go and guard the Buenos Aires area.
Come on.
And you may as well continue pushing north. Let's just secure this whole area. How close is Argentina to capitulation? They've got to be getting close, surely. That would be you. Yes. Yes, they are. Oh, in fact, this is a lot more important. So how about you come over here, dash for that, and then dash for that.
Move out.
While the infantry goes and deals with Buenos Aires. I'd like you to force march, because, yeah, they're going to be running in. And retaking it, unfortunately. Like that. The Grand Protector. We can merge the positions of the Chairman and the General Secretary. While this is very much unconstitutional, it will also very much strengthen our position. So we can get a strong leader for the Union. Which means that Mosley gains buffs. Or we say, it seems like a terrible idea. Isn't Mosley already head of government? No, Eric Blair is. So Blair is army experience and division recovery. Mosley is reduction in political power, gain in resource efficiency, factory output, and a huge buff to military factory construction. Well, that's interesting. Alright, what do you think we should do? Get your votes in. Vote, vote, vote. Do we give Mosley absolute power? Or do we not? How are things? Have I been watching any sports yet? I have not had time to watch any sports. Sport ball currently is beyond me. Every man a Mosley. Get your votes in. Hey, Marshall. Sindrin. A polar bear walks into a bar and orders a pint. That'll be £17, says the barman. The polar bear pays and takes a seat. Bemused, the barman approaches. This is exciting. We don't get very many polar bears in here. To which the bear replies, I'm not surprised with beer at £17 a pint. £17 is rather expensive. And also, polar bears! Okay, so the vote is in. 27% of you saying that this might be a bad idea. But 73% of you saying, it's fine. Just give him all the power. I foresee no problems with this whatsoever. Attempt to bring order to the country. Our success will depend on how many reforms we've put through already. So, what are the reforms? We've got the rail order reform. That's the only thing explicitly called reform. This is one thing I never got about this focus tree. Like, what exactly are the reforms? I feel like I'll be purged for voting no. I mean, all they need are your full personal details when you go to the voting registry, voting office, to do the vote, outside of each cubicle. Middle path of the tree. There isn't really a middle path anymore, it's just this kind of blob. Merging states and head of government, I believe, is a reform. I mean, those are required to even do revolution, so I don't know why it would be highlighting those in particular. Because you've got to do all of this to get to this. Like, is it going to include some of these? I don't know. I'm going to Google this. Kaiserreich Union of Britain reforms. What are they?